Hey everyone, I've put this list together from my own personal experiences of buying things with all the best intentions, only for them not to work out, leaving me feeling miserable and out of pocket in the process. I want to share these things with you so you don't make the same mistakes I have and waste a ton of money. The last one I'm going to share with you on this list, some would say is a hot take. It's definitely divisive, and to be honest, I'm a little bit scared to share it with you because it may be one that you quite angrily don't agree with. So if that is the case, please feel free to jump in the comments and let me know. Likewise, if you do agree, considering I'm a bit scared to share it with you and it is potentially a hot take, please let me know as well, so I know that I'm not alone in feeling this. Right, let's jump in. So the first one on this list is probably a bit common sense, but it's something that I fall foul of all the time, and even though I'm talking to you about it now, I will still do this again, 100% guaranteed, and I spend a fortune on this type of stuff, and it's such a waste, and that is buying things because they're on trend. Not necessarily things which resonate with my own personal style, not always things which I can see a massive amount of longevity in wearing. Yeah, I feel that I've got quite a good sense of my own personal style. I've been into fashion for a really long time, and I feel that I've honed my own personal style quite well over the years, but I still do this all the time. I will see something, be like, oh, I like it. I keep seeing it constantly. Social media, even if I don't like it to begin with, that's usually quite a good thing actually. If you see something and you don't like it to begin with, chances are a few years down the line you won't like it again. So that's usually quite a good thing to be conscious of. Yeah, especially like last year, for example. I've got examples of all these things, by the way. Last year I bought a leopard print top with the little bow details. I'm sure you saw it everywhere. It wasn't the actual Ganni one, it was a dupe. So I think somewhere in my head I was a bit conscious of this, because I knew at the time it wasn't something which I would necessarily wear over and over again, even though I absolutely love the style, but it's quite dated. I think if you look at it, you're like, oh, that's so 2024. It's like certain aesthetics and certain clothing details are time stamped. It's like that House of Sunny dress is just the epitome of pandemic fashion, pandemic dressing. So there's certain things that just timestamp it, and I think for me anyway, not everybody's like this, but if I say bought something that is so 2021, I wouldn't want to go out in it, even though it may still be something that actually resonates with my personal style, or not. But yeah, I would just feel a little bit like dated, that I wouldn't want to wear it. And buying those pieces that make you feel like that are only not just a waste of money, but they're not good for the environment. They're likely to end up in landfill or hanging around charity shop, thrift stores for some time until the trend cycles come back around and someone's like, oh, look at that cool top. And they're like, oh, amazing, that is so 2024. And they're here for it. But yeah, so that may sound really obvious, that first point, but it's one, if you're like me, keep reminding yourself of it, because yeah. Second one, this is something very similar, to be fair, to the first one, and that is buying something because it's this season's it colour. Now, not only could it be dated, possibly not so much in the same way as buying a certain style of something that is more easy to date, but I find with colours, when they come in and out, people just buy them, and I've done this myself loads of times because it's the trendiest colour to wear. Like butter yellow is something that's on trend at the moment, but I've learned over the years that yellow isn't really a colour that suits me. What I did, hang on 1 second, just go and get these examples here and you'll be like, oh my god. So yeah, not sure if you can remember, but in 2018, I think it wasn't just Fendi, there was a few other fashion houses that brought out this colour, diarrhea brown as I call it now, and I was like, oh, that's the colour. Everybody's got that colour. It was full all over the shops. All of the shops had it, and me being me, I was like, oh, I want to be wearing the latest colour. So not only did I buy a dress, bought a scarf, bought a jumper, and I think I also bought a few pairs of trousers in this diarrhea brown colour too. And I've come to learn that, I don't know if you know much about colour analysis, but you get the 4 seasons. This is typically how it's viewed. You get spring, summer, autumn, winter. Now spring and autumn, they're the more warm toned, whereas winter and summer, they're the cool tone. And I'm a cool tone, I'm summer, whereas these colours are warm toned. These are more autumnal, I think, more than spring. But these definitely kind of fall in with the warm colour palette. See, probably look absolutely horrific. And the worst thing is, I bought these home. Bear in mind, I've done it multiple times. I bought these home, tried them on, looked in the mirror, and I knew instantly it was not a colour that suited me. But did I take it back to the shop? No, because I wanted to wear the trendy colour of the season. And I did, and I must have looked absolutely horrific in it. In fact, I took a photo of me wearing this horrible brown dress and put it on Instagram, which I have now removed because I looked absolutely awful. And to be fair, it was like, how many people are like, oh, look at that girl wearing the trendy it colour? Probably not many. But I was like, yeah, I'm that girl wearing that trendy it colour. And yeah, massive mistake. If the colour doesn't suit you, regardless of whether it is on trend or not, leave it in the store, put it down. Yeah, just leave it in the store. Do not waste your money on it. I have, yeah, fortunately these weren't massively expensive, but they could have been. So the next one on the list is buying things for your future self. So this would be buying something in a size that's too small for you, where you buy it with all the best intentions of being like, yeah, that's going to motivate me, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to get into that in the next couple of months. Or buying something for a job that you've only just applied for, that you don't know for definite whether it's something that you're going to get, or even a job that you haven't even applied for. I mean, there is definitely something in regards to manifestation and living the life of your dreams before you've even got that life of your dreams. But some of these things, they can motivate some people, but they can also be very disheartening, especially if, say, you are dieting and you're doing really well, but something happens and it sort of pauses for a while. Or yeah, just seeing those items that you can't fit into over and over again is going to be very disheartening, I think. It's going to be discouraging. It won't be very good for your own body image. And yeah, again, don't do it. This is something I haven't necessarily done myself, but my size does go up and down quite a bit. So I do have quite a few items in my wardrobe that are too small for me. And I haven't thrown them out because I don't like throwing away my stuff. So I've hung on to them. So technically they are cluttering up the wardrobe, but at the same time I do look at them and think, oh, I need to diet, get back into them, because it's a waste of money with them sitting there. But a good way to do this, if you don't currently own the piece that you're wanting to lose weight in order to get into, or you don't own the item for that dream job that you're looking to start doing, buy it when you're there. So when you have lost the weight, buy the item to treat yourself. Buy it as a, yes, I've done this. I'm going to congratulate myself. I'm going to reward myself with that dress that I wanted to get, and it fits me and it's perfect. That way you're buying something that is on trend at that time, because you don't always know how long weight loss, for example, is going to take, how long finding that dream job is going to be, and it may be that when that comes around you don't actually like that piece anymore. You know, styles come in and come out, colours come in and come out, as we've already spoken about. So yeah, just wait until you're there, get it at the time, and just have it as a lovely treat and a congratulations to yourself. So another one I'm guilty of yet again, and you may be too, and that is buying a fixer-upper. So what I mean by this is that if you go into a charity shop, or even if you go into a normal shop and you see something on the sale rail, really good price, and the reason why it's cheaper is because it's broken in some way. So a zip may need reattaching, it may have lost buttons, and it's at a really good price. You're like, oh yeah, it won't take more than a few minutes just to sew a button on there. Or it's definitely cheaper for me to take that to the tailor, to the alteration shop, and get that fixed. I'll buy it. I've done this before. And I have this skirt, which is in a bag. This was in the drawer, not even in my clothing drawer. This was just in a random drawer, but I knew where it was, oddly enough, probably because I've always felt guilty for this. So yeah, I bought this years ago, probably about 5 years ago. As I said, I don't like to get rid of things. I probably should, because it doesn't fit me. So yeah, this is probably one of those things that, oh, I may slim into, as I mentioned about earlier. So this is a Missoni dress, well, Missoni skirt. I got this from a charity shop. It was £8. I was just like, oh, Missoni, £8. Amazing. And literally all it needs is a new button sewing on. That is it. That is it. I looked at this and I thought, amazing, a new button sewing on. That's like a 10-15 minute job. Have I done it? No, I haven't. 5 years later, probably even longer than that, the skirt no longer fits me. It's been in the drawer. In fact, it smells a bit musty. Absolute waste of money. So yeah, don't do that either. It takes me half an hour just to go 100 yards. I literally can't walk on heels. But I have bought heels in the past, many pairs, because they look pretty, don't they? They look lovely. There's nothing more elegant than heels. They look so beautiful, and I've always been quite envious of people that can totter around in the little heels looking lovely. But buying heels, absolute waste of money when you can't walk in heels, or even if you can, but you don't have many occasions where you're going to wear heels. If, say, you only wear heels a couple of times a year, or when you do wear heels, you want to wear, I don't know, plain black ones because they're the ones that you feel more comfortable in. Why have a wardrobe full of a load of heels? Spend your money on the shoes that you're more likely to wear, that you can walk in, that you feel comfortable in. Yeah, similar to this actually, and something I very much do resonate with and have a lot of experience with this, is buying Doc Martens. I love Doc Martens. I still buy them. Don't take my own advice. I buy them. I think they're lovely. I wear them once. They hurt my feet. I get blisters, and I'm put off wearing them again. So they'll just sit on the shelf. I have got quite a few pairs of Doc Martens that I've worn once, hurt my feet, bring them home, they go on the shelf. Do I get rid of them? No. And they're really expensive, Doc Martens. Most of them are at least £100. So yeah, again, waste of money. Something I have done numerous times. Will I do it again? Possibly, but I'm going to try not to. So yeah, don't do it. Okie doke, next one on the list. So start this one as I have done before. Something else I've done, and that is buying handbags made out of suede, more so the light colour suede, and also velvet. With velvet, you do find that the corners rub extremely quickly and the bag gets patchy and bald and not very nice. And with suede, not so much the dark colour suede, even though that is prone to marking and scuffing and looking quite horrific, but on trend at the moment, you may not know, you probably do, but beige colour, light beige colour suede is definitely having a moment. And suede colour bags, suede colour, beige colour bags, even suede in general, if you live somewhere like the UK where it rains a lot, suede doesn't like the rain. Velvet also doesn't really like the rain, but suede gets ruined in the rain. And I remember years ago, loads of people bought the Chloe Faye bag and it looked beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It was in a gorgeous beige suede. That's the one that I really liked, and I've seen that so many times on people's YouTube videos where they've worn it a few times and it just looks horrendous. It gets colour transfer, yeah, the rain, it's just, yeah. Beige handbags, avoid. Beige suede handbags, definitely avoid. Velvet bags, wear with caution. Watch the corners because they wear and then the bag just looks a mess. So the next one on the list is white clothes. Now, you may or may not agree with me with this one because I think white looks lovely. A white t-shirt, a white button-down shirt, absolutely timeless. And I think nothing looks more chicer than an all-white outfit. So I think that's probably why I'm attracted to buying white stuff, because I've got loads of it. And I'm too scared to wear it because I know what I'm like. I spill stuff. I spill stuff all the time. And the amount of white things I've gotten through, if I buy white t-shirts, which I do because I do still like them, I buy them cheap and cheerful, because I know perfectly well I'm going to wear it a few times, maybe 3-4 times if I'm lucky, without spilling something down it that won't come out in the washing machine. The thought of buying one of these like designer white tank tops, especially like the ones that I really like, the Prada one, the Loewe one with a little symbol on, I'm like, oh, love those, absolutely love those. I would ruin them, absolutely ruin them, and it'd then be a waste of hundreds and hundreds of pounds. So if you're clumsy like me, spill stuff, avoid white. Avoid white. Unless you can recommend a really, really good stain remover, then yeah. If you've got a really good stain remover, you do you. If you have, please recommend it to me, because I love white and I would love to wear more white. But I'm terrified because I just ruin it. Now this next one is one which I'm sure we can all resonate with. It's similar-ish to one of the ones that I've mentioned before, and that is buying something for an occasion. Not just one occasion as such, but sometimes when, and again I've done this before, not so much nowadays, but definitely in the past, more so when I was younger, I used to buy a lot of going out clothes. And my wardrobe would I'd open it and I'd just be flooded with dresses, sequins, going out stuff, all the fun stuff. And then I'd be like, what do I wear for work? I've got nothing to wear. And I find, well, apparently that we only wear 20% of our wardrobes, And the thing is, keep buying and investing all your money in stuff that you're not wearing. Cost per wear ends up sky high. It's much better to spend your money on clothing that you wear on the day-to-day, that you're going to get your wear out of, rather than buying stuff that you may only wear once, twice a year at best. Again, are you going to want to wear that in several years' time? There could be some detailing on there that dates. Cost per wear of some of my things is literally like stupid, but I get tempted to buy something nice, something pretty, and I know full well that I'll probably only wear it once or twice at most. So I do this with handbags all the time, and we'll get into that one on one of these other points. But buying stuff knowing full well that you're not going to wear it often, that is what creates the I've got nothing to wear, because your wardrobe's full of dresses, full of occasion wear, and you just don't buy the stuff that you're going to wear. So again, put down that dress, put down that sequin blazer, and buy some jeans, buy some joggers, buy something that you are going to get your wear out of and your money out of, rather than filling your wardrobes full of stuff that only sees the light of day at New Year. Now, next on the list is buying for an aesthetic or buying for a particular core that you want to emulate. Now, this isn't something that I necessarily have particular experience of per se, in the fact that I've gone out and bought a load of stuff because I want to live my best cottagecore life this month, or I've decided to be a coastal grandma or a whimsy fairy goth for the next, well, whenever, until I've gotten bored of the trend. But I know this is things that people do. And is it a trend, or is it something that you actually resonate with, that you can see yourself wearing in years to come? Does it resonate with you as a person, with your own personal style, or is this just a bit of a fad? If it is a bit of a fad, put it down, walk away, don't waste your money on it. Okay, now this next one, kind of, yeah, I can segue into 2 points on this one. So buying something that is nearly right because it's cheaper than the thing that you really want. So I've got a bit of a story time on this one. So I really wanted a white Bottega mini Jodie bag. I'd seen it loads of times on one of my favourite YouTubers, KarenBritchick. I will link her channel below. If you don't already follow her, do. She's absolutely great. I have watched her content for probably about a decade, to be fair, and yeah, I absolutely love her style. And she used to wear a white mini Jodie for ages and ages, and I just loved it. Every time I saw it, I was like, I want it. So in one of her episodes on YouTube, she actually showed a dupe for the mini Jodie, the white one. And I'd heard a few times that a good way, and actually I think this is quite good actually, a good way to work out whether you would actually use an item is to buy a dupe, so a very similar version of it, to sort of practice with, to see whether it is something that fits into your lifestyle, whether it's something that goes with your outfits, and it is actually something that you would get the wear out of, especially with luxury prices being as they are at the moment. I think it's a really good idea to do that. So that's what I did. I bought a cheap, it was only £10 to be fair, version of the mini Jodie bag. Hang on 1 second, so I'll go and grab it for you. Right, back. Here it is. This is it. Probably doesn't even look like a mini Jodie, but at the time I was just like, aha, perfect. So I bought that, and off the back of that I used it loads. So I was like, haha, perfect, I'm gonna get myself a white mini Jodie. Did I? No, I didn't, because the price was astronomical. I probably should have thought about this before I bought the dupe and decided to trial run it to see whether I would actually buy myself a mini Jodie or not. So I didn't buy it. So what I did was, what did I buy? I bought another white bag. In fact, I bought several white bags. What did I buy after that? I bought a white Ferragamo bag. Bear in mind, I didn't have any white bags before this. I bought a white Ferragamo bag, but that's more of a armpit shoulder bag. Didn't fully serve the right purpose. I then went off. I bought myself a white Ottolinger bag. Really cute, actually. Never left the house because it's a bit too small to get stuff in. It's a bit open, but it is really cute, so I've still kept it. Again, still not my Bottega mini Jodie. Then what did I do? I then bought a Puppets and Puppets white bag. Again, which I love. It's got a telephone handle. I will do my Puppets and Puppets bag collection at some point for you. I love those bags. They're so quirky. This is one behind me, just in case you wondered. That banana bag, that's a Puppets and Puppets bag. Absolutely love them. So yeah, I got that. I still wasn't satisfied because it still wasn't my white Bottega mini Jodie. And then, this is probably the worst of it, is I saw a mini Jodie on a pre-loved site. It wasn't white, light blue. It was a very pale light blue. And I thought, I'll get that. In the pictures, it did look quite white, but when it came, it was definitely blue. I've still got it. It's still got the tag on it. I have had it now for 3 years, 3.5 years. It has not left the house, and that was quite expensive. And this is what I've learned, and this is how it segues into the next point. The reason why I used this so much, but I did not use the actual mini Jodie. And actually, I forgot to say, I have since bought a white Mini Wallace bag from Bottega, which I've used only once, and I've had that 1.5 years. So yeah, I definitely know this tale with caution. So yeah, I realised that the reason why I wore this so much wasn't necessarily the style of it, it was because it was cheap. Who cared if this £10 bag got colour transfer on it? Who cared if a drink got spilt on it? Who cared if it fell on the floor? Who cared? But if I'd spent over £1,000, well over £1,000 on a white mini Jodie, or even my little blue pale mini Jodie, and it got marks on it, it got something spilt on it, it got colour transfer, and that is why I don't use it. And that is the next point. Buying something too expensive or fragile that you're too scared to use and actually take out the house. I have done this numerous times. Sometimes I do buy things like my Moschino bags, which I just absolutely love, and I buy those knowing full well I've got zero intention of taking them out the house. To me, they're pieces of art. They're sculptural. I'm happy for them to sit on the shelf forever and never leave the house. But I have other bags which still have the tags on. I bought them with all the best intentions, and I'm just too scared to use them. And I made a video a while ago on my other channel where I showed a bag which I bought. Again, to this day I still haven't used it, and the reason why I didn't use it was because I was scared it was going to get ruined. And the amount of comments that I had on there that said, don't buy nothing if you're not going to use it. Don't buy things that you're too scared to use. I did, I do, and I probably will again. But yeah, just... And now we've come to my last point. So this is the one that I mentioned at the start of the video that I'm quite scared to share with you. It is definitely a hot take. If you agree with me though, please do leave a comment, let me know, because I can't be the only person who thinks like this. I can't be, but maybe I am. And yeah, this is buying clothes made out of linen or cotton. So round the shops at the moment, and this is where I get tempted and I mustn't, but round the shops at the moment there are so many beautiful crisp white linen tops. They are gorgeous. They fall into the boho trend, which I always liked, and they are just gorgeous. And the thing is I don't like ironing. This is why I don't like things made out of linen or things made out of cotton. I know these things are better for the environment than polyester, but I specifically, don't hate me, when I buy an item, if it's online or in the store, I will find the tag and I will check it's made of polyester, or there's some decent percentage of polyester in there, because I have bought stuff before, numerous things before, that I'll wear a few times, I will then wash it, it will come out the washing machine, need ironing. Will I iron it? No. Very similar to that poor skirt that needs mending that I showed you earlier. It will sit there. Yeah, it doesn't take long to iron stuff, but it still takes time, and I would just rather grab something that doesn't need ironing, whether it's because I'm a busy mum, whether I'm just making that excuse. I know there's a lot of busy mums out there, but I just won't wear it. I've got loads of stuff and it wrinkles up and I just don't wear it. I will choose something else that I know perfectly well isn't going to wrinkle up, and I know polyester is horrendous in the summertime. I know it's like wearing a carrier bag, but I don't care. I would sooner get something out of my wardrobe that doesn't have a wrinkle on it, that can just be worn straight on, good to go, cracking on with my day, sweating, but who cares? Do not bring linen anywhere near me. I hate the stuff. Even when you see it in the shops, it looks wrinkled and it hasn't even left the shop, and it's just a mess. I saw somebody today in a trench coat that, oh yeah, I do like trench coats, but I saw somebody today in a trench coat and it well needed an iron, and what could have been a lovely outfit just looks scruffy as you like, because this beautiful coat was just all wrinkly, and I was just like, no, choose a different coat, like wear something else. And I know polyester is absolutely horrific for the environment, but I wear it, and those are the pieces that I actually get the most wear out of. Those polyester pieces. I have got a pair of trousers which I bought from Primark before my son was born, like well over a decade ago, and I get those out every single year. Whether Primark quality was better a decade ago or not, I don't know, but these trousers are lovely. They've not fallen apart, they've been through the washing machine time and time again, and they don't wrinkle. I love them. They will be in my wardrobe forever. And yeah, they're fast fashion, yeah, they're polyester, but those trousers have got their cost per wear, and I don't feel guilty for buying polyester, because those are the items that I wear over and over again, and those are the ones that will get a decent cost per wear. If I bought cotton, a white cotton shirt, or any colour cotton shirt for that matter, if I bought linen, it would literally get a couple of wears, and that's that. So for me, what's more better for the environment and more better for my wallet? The polyester. But yeah, I very much appreciate that is a hot take. Leave your comments below. Please don't get too angry with me. If you don't agree with anything that I've said today, or you have any suggestions of your own, please do jump in the comments and share. I very much love reading them. If you have any experiences that you want to share as well, of things that you've purchased that didn't work out for you, let me know as well. Thanks for watching.